Fitzpatrick going to the Washington football team here for a moment. And let's bring the group in, if I can, Allie, because I want to present this to everyone. And if you listen to my radio show, then you have heard me say multiple times, some team in the NFL is going to sign a quarterback who was much better than anybody realizes. Over the last 3 years, Ryan Fitzpatrick has a higher completion percentage than Tom Brady, more yards per attempt than Russell Wilson, and a higher QBR than Deshaun Watson. He hasn't been the same Fitzpatrick, Fitzmagic, Fitztragic that he has been through so much of his career. And you put him together with that defense, Ryan Clark, I'm looking right at you. The Washington football team is definitively the team to beat in the NFC East. No ifs, ands, or buts. What do you do? Change my mind if you want to.
These are lies you tell, Greeny. Listen, when you look at this team and you look at Ryan Fitzpatrick, I think we fall in love with him so much because we just enjoy watching him play. And he plays extremely hard. And he was on a team that we thought was tanking for Tua, and he actually made them competitive. He starts 4-3 last year, but it's still Ryan Fitzpatrick. It's still a guy who doesn't win playoff games. It's still a guy who doesn't have overall winning seasons on a consistent basis. And so I don't necessarily think this puts them above the Dallas Cowboys, who now have a new defense with Dan Quinn, who will now be better on the back end. They're putting their outside rushers in a better position to succeed. And they signed Dak Prescott back with a load of talent on the offensive side of the football. And so we had our call. It was 5 a.m. my time. And when I knew you were going to make this take, I then had to go into my closet and pick my wardrobe. And now, do I have on Lululemon joggers? Absolutely. But this is my Dallas Cowboy V-neck sweater because the Dallas Cowboys will be the front runner for the NFC East next year.
Booger, tell him why he's wrong.
Well, first of all, thank you for dropping the Lululemon. People that know about Lululemon know they only go to a certain size. Therefore, I've never shopped in the Lululemon store. So thank you for making that reference, RC. Next, listen, Greeny, you and I are sharing a brain. I think the Washington football team is the best team in the East, and let's break it down. Philadelphia, they stink. Okay, that's number one. Throw them out. The New York Giants, you're going to tell me that a team that's void of weapons offensively, exactly, a team that's void of weapons offensively, your star running back is coming off an ACL, Daniel Jones turns the football over almost as much as Jameis Winston did, and we know how that ended. I can't talk about the Giants. Now, RC, you bring up the Dallas Cowboys. You say the Cowboys' defense is better. Just because you change the guy calling the plays doesn't mean the players on the field are automatically going to change. That defense was terrible. Oh, by the way, they signed Dak Prescott back. Great. Guess what? They were 1-3 last year when Dak Prescott was healthy. So if you look at Fitzpatrick joining the Washington football team, I've said this before and I'll say it again. They got the best coach in the division in Ron Rivera. They got the best defense in the division led by that front four. And now you bring in Fitzmagic, baby. Yeah, he going to lose you a couple games, but he's going to win you some based on his style of play. Greeny, you and I, as always, we are sharing a brain like we do on Hole 18 when we get ready to share a transfusion in the clubhouse, baby.
That's it. That's exactly right. You get 2 extra shots next time we play together because I'm so happy with that take.
I don't need
David Pollack, that's a good point. David Pollack, what do you think?
Well, I guess I get to break the tie kind of, or break up the love fest maybe. But here's the thing. You said, Greeny, clearly better than everybody else, or clearly the favorite. That I do not agree with. I think when you look at Dallas, they're going to score points. They're going to keep them in games with all the weapons. The offensive line can stay healthy, and I agree with the defense is going to be a struggle. But if Washington can address a few more needs in free agency, right now I'm not ready to jump on board and say clearly. If they can get help, their front four is ridiculous. If they can get some more speed at linebacker and they can get another corner or a safety, something to help the secondary, maybe another weapon on offense to go with Fitzpatrick, we'll start having that debate. But clearly, no, it's not clearly. I think it's them in Dallas, and I think you could pick either one.
Never ever in the history of Ryan Fitzpatrick playing football has anyone ever said to themselves, we are a Fitzmagic away from being the best team in the division. Never ever, and it ain't going to start this year.
I don't mind the disagreement because I've said many times, like most true geniuses, I will not be fully appreciated until long after my time. Thank you for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.